The Haunted Villa. On the outskirts of a bustling, picturesque city stood a grand villa, vast in its expanse and in striking architecture. Towering pine trees surrounded it like silent sentinels, their dense canopy casting shifting shadows across the ground. Though the villa bore the graceful wear of age, the strength of its construction kept it standing tall and unyielding. A high stone wall enclosed the estate, and its entrances loomed a large black iron gate guarding its secrets within. On this black gate hung a small warning board which said, "This is a haunted villa. Do not enter the premise, or else there will be bloody shower." A retired general was looking for a residential place in the city. One day, approached the place. He was startled to see such a vast villa with no human inhabitants around. But this was what he wanted: a house away from the daily chaos of city life. He moved ahead to have a look at the house and to find out if there was anybody around with whom he could talk about the house. But there was no one. He looked at the warning signboard and simply smiled at it. Moving a few steps away from the house, he saw a small tea stall vendor. He went close to him to ask about the caretaker of the house. The tea vendor, Nandu, replied, "Oh, Babuji, please don't take this villa. It has a ghost in it. Whoever goes in never comes out." A few people who had survived and ran out safe to warn others not to go near the place, as they had seen the ghost from their own eyes. It is because of this reason no one ever resides around. I'm a poor vendor. I have no place to go. City people have thrown me out, so I sell a few cups of tea here to earn my living. It's my kind suggestion, sir. Don't take this villa. To this, the general said, "Nandu, that's so kind of you to have told me all about the house, but I don't fear ghosts. I had been serving the army all my life, and the basic lesson I have learned is those who fear die many times before their death. This is the philosophy I always follow and ask my family to follow it too. So don't worry, I will be all right. I promise I will come to have a cup of tea with you every day once I get this villa. Can you please give me the phone number of the caretaker of this house? I'll be obliged to you." Soon Nandu gave the phone number of the caretaker to the general, and the general left saying, "I will see you soon, Nandu." The general, Hercule, had a very good profile. He served the army with his full courage, devotion, and loyalty. He was too respectful a person. People respected him for being so down-to-earth a man. Though he was born in the States and had been living there since then, yet his roots were in India. After serving in the US Army, now he was returning back to India with the aim of settling down here. In his family, he had a proud and strong-willed wife, Emily, 2 sons, George and Michael, and a little daughter whom he called his Princess Victoria. Days passed. Nandu waited for the general, but he didn't arrive. Nandu thought that he must have rejected the idea of buying this haunted villa and must have settled somewhere else. But to a poor and needy mind, the thought that one day the daring general will come and reside in this villa and would help him by buying the tea every day had been settled in his conscience. With every end of the day, he would look forward to the next day with a good hope. One morning, the sunny weather took an ugly turn, and it suddenly grew darker. There was a sudden violent lightning, and the dark, dismal clouds covered the whole sky. Fluttering of birds, strange shadows of animals, and crying noises could be heard from nowhere. Strong wind was slapping the leaves of the trees. Though the moon was bright, the only scope of some ray, but its strange bright light fell on the trees in such a way that the trees appeared to be enormously giant. Their branches spread as if they were dragons' long hands ready to extend to a big area to catch any human being in its fists and hold them tight to death. The trees were so thought to assume such scary demonic faces to scare away any village working people close to the villa. Such was the weather when the general and his family came to the villa to see the caretaker of the house. The caretaker was a woman aged around 40, and she herself was not less than a ghost, with faint and scary expressions on her wrinkled face with protruding eyes. She was wearing a white maxi, and it looked as if the clothes were simply hanging on her skeleton's structure. No doubt that in taking care of this haunted house, she herself has been reduced to a bony framework. Today's dismal, scary, and the gloomy weather was another reason for the stale expression of her face, and in a very shivering, cold voice, she said, "I am Mary, the caretaker of this house. Before I take you in, I would like to warn you that something unpleasant is going to happen today, as this weather is trying to signify. The haunted villa, the haunted ghost of this house probably does not want you to enter the villa premises. I think you should come again another day, and I too will leave the place for a while." Quietly listening to Mary, George, the younger child of the general, silently giggled at her story, and with his artificial serious expressions on his face, whispered to Michael, "I think she is the only ghost of this house," and both burst into laughter. Noticing his both kids, General Hercule exclaimed, "What rubbish! There are no ghosts, Mary. The weather is bad because it is a physical phenomenon. And you can't stop the lightning, nor can you stop the clouds to get collected on a rainy day. Come on now, will you please let us in? Then you may leave and go to your hideout." "Okay, sir, as you insist." She moved ahead to open the main gate of the villa. The moment they stepped in, a large dark bird flew from nowhere, fluttering its wings very close to them, and threw some flesh at their feet. "Oh, look, the prey ran out of the bird's clutches. What an easy escape," applauded Michael. "It's a bad omen, sir. Do you still want to go in?" asked Mary. To which Mrs. Emily replied, "It was just a loose grip of the bird that it dropped its prey. No big deal. Let's move in. The garden looks horrible though, and the creepers have become bushier. Grass is overgrown. We really have to make it a lovely place to live in." "The ghost will not let you do that, madam. Once, when the house was purchased by a businessman, he too thought to do the garden clean. But when he began cutting the extended branches of creepers, blood oozed out of the branches, and the green patches of the grass turned into a pool of blood. Since then, none tried to do the cleaning of the household. Well, I'm not scared of any bloody sight. Let us see what's next, Mrs. Emily said, and they moved to the main door of the house. Mary opened the door, and very hesitantly she brought her guests in. As soon as they entered the living room, the lights fluctuated, and Victoria observed some big stains of blood on the floor. They won't be removed no matter how hard you try, said Mary. Mrs. Emily brought some stain remover and began to scrub it herself. In a few minutes, they were all gone. See, they're all gone now. Everything is crystal clean. It was just the fear of your head, said Victoria. So the light fluctuations calmed down, and the weather too eased out a little. Finding it the best opportunity, Mary took their leave and went back to her home. The general and his family had a look at every corner of the house, did some cleaning, and refreshed themselves up. Seating themselves on the dining table, they had a long discourse on various topics, and then they moved to their beds, wishing good night to each other. Everything was normal till midnight. At sharp 12 o'clock, there began the moaning sounds, followed by groaning and screams. But soon they were replaced by party-type loud music sounds and sounds of dancing steps from the living room. No doubt it woke the general and his family, but they kept playing in their beds, unmoved. The sound dimmed after a while, and suddenly there was a sharp, blunt, bleaking sound of glass, which made the general get up on his bed. The painful crying sound did arouse some suspicion in the mind of the general. As soon as he wore his slippers to see what the matter was, he heard some footsteps coming towards him. Finally, there was a sudden, continuous knock at the door. The general got up in no time, opened the door, and what he saw was a horrible, scary face, bleeding from its cheeks, having cracked stitched lips, with eyes as hollow as sockets. This strange body had a very dirty, bloody smell, but was dressed up in white, shattered pieces of cloth. The white in his clothing seemed too white, though, yet there were some red stains, patches of blood on it. The general asked him to wait there, and he went back to his bedside counter, took out some antiseptic ointment and band-aid, and advised him to apply on his wounds after a clean shower. The general suggested some comfortable sleep to relax his tired eyes. He then slammed his door locked at his face and went to bed. The ghost was surprised and utterly disappointed at General's reaction. There were no expression of fear on his face, where he had scared so many people to death since a few years. He threw the ointment and the band-aid on the floor and took a deep breath to recollect himself once again. Failed in his attempt to scare the general, he headed towards the kids' room, again with some groaning voice. But before he could knock at the door opened up with great thrust, and the two boys bombarded him with the pillows. In no time, the ghost rushed down the stairs and rather fumbled at many places. He was never humiliated like this before. The two boys could not control their laughter, happily moved inside their room, shut their door closed, and went to sleep. The ghost felt frustrated. Laying on the couch and easing out his heavy breath, he begins to ponder on the factors that could have failed him in scaring the general's family. It was his same get-up with which he had sketched the former family, who dashed out of the house crying and screaming at night itself. Then there was another family where the man got a heart attack after he saw the ugly ghost. Lady June became insane looking at me that night when I suddenly approached her and my Morse cries and blunt screams. What is this family made up of? None fear me. Maybe I need some more touch-ups and refinement of my skills to scare them. How can I feel humiliated by their actions? No, no, no. The answer is no. I will see you tomorrow again, General. Maybe you need to see my more violent actions. And okay, I promise I will scare you to death. The ghost promised himself and went to his room to rest. If you like the story, follow, like, and share, please. Thank you.